Hello class. Today I'm going to be painting latex on this little gecko puppet. First I'm going to show you how I mix the latex with a little water and some paint. So let's put him away. So first I get a container. As you can see, just a little bit of water at the bottom. We don't need a whole lot of water. Then I have another container of the slip cast latex. So I'm going to pour that all out to the water. My brush. It already has a little green paint on it because I was mixing the colors. Alright. So I'm going to mix in the water and the latex together. And it's fine if you do it with a dry brush that doesn't already have paint. But yeah, I was mixing some different greens with this brush a minute ago. So it's already a little green. But after I mix the water and latex together, then I've got some acrylic paint. I'm going to drop in a little bit of that green. And a little bit more of another shade of green. And let's see how that turns out. So you can see it's a pretty light green. Sometimes you need a darker color because the latex is white, so it'll make it a little bit lighter. But it's not too bad actually. Let me add a little bit of this darker shade of green just to darken it up a bit. Alright, so now I have my slip cast latex with a little water and some acrylic paint for color. And that is ready to go. So then for my little gecko, all I'm going to do is paint it on. And this will take many coats. Ooh, like that wasn't mixed all the way. As you can see, there's some darker green in there. Must have been a little bit of paint at the bottom that didn't get mixed in. Okay. So I like to kind of glob it on there because you need several thick coats of this latex until it starts looking like skin. It's a pretty lengthy process just because you have to paint many coats, and I usually let it dry for about an hour or so in between each coat. I'm just going to paint all around this gecko. I'll probably have to touch up his belly or any part of the arms or hands that are touching the ground later, just in case any of it gets rubbed off while he's just sitting there. But the first coat I'm just going to do all over. Just get a lot of latex. There, I'm going to open up his mouth a little bit. And it's a good idea to wear gloves, because the latex can irritate the skin if you have sensitive skin, and you definitely cannot ingest it or get it in your eyes. And it's very stinky, so I also recommend wearing a mask so you don't breathe this stuff in. Let me finish painting his tail there. Okay. So that's coat number 1. Now we just have to give it about an hour at least to dry, and we'll be ready to repeat for the next coat. Yep, looks like he's got latex all over. And then the brush will need to be cleaned. If you have paint thinner, that's probably best, or at least run it under some water and get as much out of it as you can, because the latex will harden up and get sticky and just make your brush basically unusable after you use it for a while. So since I have to wait an hour anyway for this coat to dry, right now I'm going to go to my sink and clean this brush out thoroughly. This time I waited almost an hour and a half. There's still some parts of them that are not quite dry, but I think it's alright to do another coat. So this is going to be the third one. And the parts that are really dry, I definitely want to glob on a bit more. And some of the parts that haven't quite dried yet, I probably already have a good amount, so don't need to worry too much. But let's see, there we go. Get the tail, get a good amount on that. There we go. I'm just going to do the top of the gecko this time so I can finish off the top. And then if we need to, we can turn him around to do the bottom later. Alright. That's number 3. Here's round 4. The top of the gecko was looking pretty good, so I turned him upside down. Now I'm going to get the bottom. Start with his chin. That was a bad spot. Alright. Just try to give him a nice, even coat. There we go. Got him all covered. It's number 4. Alright, this is coat 5. The last coat was on the bottom, and the tail and right there both got some cardboard on them. And this is the next day now too, so I gave him extra time to dry. So I'm gonna go for the top for coat 5. And I'm gonna especially put extra on those spots that got rubbed off. And then give him a nice even coat all around. There we go, all in his mouth. Here's coat 5. Okay, this time I waited 2 hours because I really gobbed it on there good on coat number 5. But the top of him is looking pretty nice now. I could even do one more coat to be safe, but I think I'll let the top side dry a little bit more and move to the bottom here, because this bottom still needs a couple good coats. As you can see, it's a little rough. You can kind of tell that that's the gauze. But yeah, so this will be coat number 6. And especially in those areas in the middle where you could see the gauze, I'm just gobbing it on very, very thickly. Because if you put a thin layer of this, it'll take you like twice or 3 times as many coats. So I try to lay it on thick. Should be a good coat for his underside. Alright, that was coat number 6. I'm pretty happy with the top part of the gecko, and I could do one more coat to get rid of the few remaining bumps, but for now I think coat number 7 is going to go back to his belly. There we go. Hey, stay like that. There we go. So this is coat number 7. I'm just going to lather it on, especially around his belly. His tail and fingers are already pretty much done, but The belly definitely needed some more latex. So make sure, put a little extra, give him a nice thick coat. A little more on the leg. See how that does. Oh, you can see spot there. Yeah, there's coat number 7. Alright, and so as you see, I put his eyes on now with some sticky wax, and he's a finished gecko. That was 7 coats of latex over the course of 3 days. And this is what I got. Came out pretty good.